Hello everyone. I am making this video because there are still constant suggestions coming from different places in one way or another that I switch my training program from what I am doing today to this program or that program, whatever it is, just not what I am doing now. That I do something else. All sorts of something else. And here is what I am planning to actually do, which the title already basically explains. That I want to give the free guy program a good amount of time, years and not months. And that would be the most minimum, because you see, it's such a great program and I like it so much that there is absolutely no reason whatsoever to change it. Mind you, this program is not just for freedom, which is enough to justify to stick with it and not change it, because otherwise there is no freedom, which is self-defeating and stupid. And I am not stupid. This program is also supposedly very good for health, that it can heal and rejuvenate the body after doing it for several years. And it can keep me young, good looking, and immortal also. And yet it's the most basic program out of the superhuman stuff. And if it already gives so much, why would I rush to do something that I am not ready for yet, something that we haven't reached yet? It's like, you're leveling in the World of Warcraft, and you're supposed to be in the zone called the Barrens, which is meant for like levels of 10 to 20 approximately. And suddenly somebody tells you to go to Ashenvale, which is a level 20 to 30 zone. And you tell the guy, why would I go to Ashenvale if I'm still like only level 12 or 13 or whatever? I'm not ready for Ashenvale yet. I have just come to the Barrens. Let me do the Barrens quests. Let me do all my quests in the Barrens and dungeons and stuff. And when I'm ready for Ashenvale, I will go to Ashenvale. But the free guy program is even more than that, you see. Unlike World of Warcraft, where you outlevel a zone, you cannot outlevel the free guy program. It will always be useful, and it will always grant you more and more life force. And once you reach enough life force to start healing your own body and gaining superpowers, then every additional kilogram or pound that you add to your lifts would only make you even more superhuman. So, what I am saying that the Free Guy program is not only the most basic program, but there is no reason to ever change it. Not just in the next several years, even in the next several hundreds of years. Because it already elevates you eventually above the human level. So, what more can you ask for? To live a really good life. I mean, it would, to think of it, wouldn't be it be already enough to live a great human life? Uh, if you had some kind of power that makes you young and good looking eternally and also gives you a nice amount of energies, that alone, even not being a superhuman, would be enough to enjoy several hundreds years of life. Like, there are stories about people who are immortal but not necessarily have the superhero powers, and they would experience several hundreds years of life. I think it's very desirable on its own, even not being a superhuman. But it theoretically it's supposed to make you a superhuman. In additionally, so you get both immortality, eternal youth, freedom, and superpowers. And wouldn't you say that you could you'd be like extremely satisfied with it? Likely not even for hundreds of years, but thousands of years. My point is that if there is some kind of a more advanced program that should not be done prematurely, but can be done after several years of doing the Free Guy program, why do it? Why do something more advanced if the Free Guy, which is less demanding, already gives so much? So much. What, just to rush higher and higher levels, like you're in some kind of competition to evolve, like this fucking Japanese thing again, that because they are so miserable that there is a need to like evolve, like work and evolve, like they're Pokemon, or like they're the fighters in Dragon Ball Z. There's always an enemy, so we have to fight and we have to suffer and we have to evolve, always evolve. Let's suffer and evolve, and then like in Pokemon, pocket monsters. They fight, they gain experience, they evolve. Fight, gain experience, and evolve. I don't want to be a Pokemon, and I definitely don't want to live the abusive Dragon Ball Z life. I'm sick and tired of those miserable Japanese ideas. I'm starting, to like really hate Japan and its culture, because until recently I never understood how abusive it is. I mean, people like those things. They like Pokemon, and they like Dragon Ball because they're so entertaining. But if you think about it, there is misery in those stories, especially if a person is expected to become like that, like some kind of a Pokemon that is constantly expected to train and evolve just for the sake of evolution, and not get any pleasure in life at all. And like in Dragon Ball Z, yes, so why was so impressive, Super Saiyans. Well, but they always suffer, they always have to fight, and they evolve just to fight even more, and they evolve because they are being bullied. Do you know how miserable it is to evolve because someone bullies you? I mean, if you're going to evolve, you're going to take like at least several hundreds or thousands or even millions years of to evolve, because evolution is something that happens very slowly. If you rush evolution for whatever reason, I think that it's the wrong thing to do, because it's supposed to happen slowly. And even if you do accelerate it somehow, then it's not supposed to be happening as fast as possible, like in those Japanese stories where people are truly miserable. They're forced to always evolve like they're some kind of a pocket monster, like Pokemon, and and their lives are miserable. They always fight. Someone always bullies them. Someone always wants to destroy the planet, and I don't want a life like that. I don't want to be expected to live my life like some kind of a Pokemon that always needs to evolve and evolve and evolve. I mean, the free guy program, it can make you fucking fly. It can give you flying ability, the ability to fly. How much more fucking evolution do you need? Immortality, strength, being bulletproof, eternal life, eternal youth, good looks, super speed, and the ability to fly. That's what the free guy program I expected to give me. And 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 is that not enough? Am I supposed to rush to become some kind of a fucking Super Saiyan? Do you know even what the fuck a Super Saiyan is? If you watched Dragon Ball, you'd see that Vegeta, when he came to Earth, which is was at a level far, far, far less than, than a Super Saiyan, he was already able to destroy an entire planet with an energy beam. And that's a level that is far weaker than a Super Saiyan. A true Super Saiyan like Goku became at the end of the Frieza arc is unimaginable, legendary power. And there is no reason to seek that power at that point. Because I am not this Pokemon that needs to evolve to the greatest fucking heights for no reason. And the free guy program, it already gives so much. I mean, out of all the things that I have listed, that the free guy program gives, wouldn't you agree that it's already so tremendous, so amazing? There is no reason to do anything else than the free guy program. It's the most basic program, it gives you freedom, it is the most reliable program and the least demanding program. It's the best program because it gives you so much, and yet it is so reliable, dependable, and it takes a relatively small amount of time per session. I mean, yes, obviously it's much larger than normal people's gym workouts, but then again, normal people's gym workouts don't make them immortal and super powered. I'm talking about compared to other superhuman training programs. And you know, something that I'd really like to mention is that if they ever suggest that I do something like more advanced that I'm definitely not ready yet for because of this or that woman, and that woman is not some kind of elf or an alien or a superhuman being, then that's utterly stupid. if they say that I do it for a human woman, even a young one. Because you see, the Free Guy program, it already gives eternal life and eternal youth, and it can rejuvenate the body and also make you superhuman, meaning above human. And the other programs are more advanced stage of superhumanity. So it's like they're saying that the human woman that they're offering is so good that doing the program that already puts you above the human level is not enough. But she's human, she's just human, she's not a superhuman woman. So if I become superhuman, then it's supposed to be more than enough for a human woman, wouldn't you agree? I mean, if you offered me an elf or an alien or a woman that can fly, then it's a different story. Then you can start asking that I also become not just a superhuman, but a superhuman. But you know, human women, normal human women, even a normal human man should be enough. But even if I become more than that, an immortal man, eternally young man, a man that can fly, don't you think that it's like way more than enough for any woman that they offer if she's a human woman, like Emma Watson, for example? Those Emma Watson, now again they're on Instagram, they're trying to make me do a program that asks for more weekly volume than the Free Guy program. Why would I do that shit? It's not optimal, first of all. It's not what I'm supposed to do. It's linked with a word called death and the word called lose. So, suggesting that program would lead to suffering. And also, the Free Guy program, which already puts you above the human level, is that not enough for Emma Watson? Like, what the fuck do you think that Emma Watson is? Is just a human woman. So why doing something that already makes me a superhuman wouldn't be enough for a human woman, right? I believe that I'm being extremely logical. And there are other considerations, like other training programs programs that are less advanced could not give you freedom and lead to slavery and not give you eternal life and not give you anything. So programs less advanced, there is no point in doing them at all. Programs that are more advanced, besides that it's not the time to do them yet, and there is absolutely no rushing anywhere, no point to rush, even for hundreds or at least 1,000 years, But other than that, the more advanced training programs, they could lead to overheating, like I said, which makes them not practical, especially in the summer. What's the point of doing something that you cannot do, not because you're physically incapable, but because you lack the right tools, namely a cooling system? For example, to do the 67, you need a cooling system that's better even than a normal air conditioner. You need to bring the temperatures close to 0 degrees Celsius, because the 67 generates so much heat. Both because I think that way, and also if you watch the Free Guy movie, if you watch it, and that movie shows all kinds of numbers, and you see that when the main character reached level 67, then they were showing a man going on fire. Even the movie was suggesting that the 67 causes overheating. And there is a constant suggestion again and again that I do the 67. And what I am saying, that not only I am not supposed to do that yet, but it's not even practical to do. It causes fucking overheating, and I keep repeating it over and over again. Overheating, overheating, overheating. It requires a really good cooling system, which I don't even have. It's like telling you that you should squat, like, I don't know, 100 kilos, and you don't even have the training equipment. And I guess you can buy the training equipment, but the type of cooling system that the 67 requires is probably extremely expensive. It's absolutely not practical to do. Not to mention that it requires you to use lower weights, and I have already said it, that I already use weights that are low because I was previously deceived to doing endurance workouts for like a year and a half, and therefore my body is not that is rather weak right now. My muscles, my body, they're not very strong right now. I use weights that are already low. I lift weights that women's weights. I'm not afraid to admit that I currently work out with weights that women lift. Even that there are even women that lift twice as much as I lift today. And they don't look like bodybuilders. They maybe do weightlifting, but they still look sexy, and they lift twice as much as I do. So that goes to say that my body is very weak right now. I use very low weights, and to tell me, very prematurely, to rush to something as advanced as the 67 that would not only cause me overheating, but would also force me to use even lower weights than the pathetic tiny weights that I already lift today. Like we're going back to that endurance shit all over again in some way. And that's completely retarded. It's neither the time to do the 67, and it's not viable at this point, and I don't have the equipment for it. I don't have the cooling system. There is no way in the world I would do something that generates that much heat without a cooling system. I keep repeating cooling system, talking about what is practical, what is required. Like, you cannot drive a car without wheels, right? Or without engine. I don't know, you need the right tools, you need the right equipment, and I don't have it. I have no idea even where to get it. What kind of cooling equipment is so good that it can bring the temperatures to such low degrees? I don't know. Maybe someone else does, but I don't. I don't even know about it. Some kind of equipment that I don't even know what kind of equipment it is. And that's for the 67. And the Free Guy program, it is so reliable, good, and it gives you so much and relatively asks for little. And it can be done for hundreds or thousands of years. And I currently plan to do it at least for several years. I don't know how many years. If I consider the most tiniest minimum, there is no way that it's less than 2 years. But that's the tiniest minimum, and it would still feel like I'm really rushing it if I change to something else after mere 2 years, because such a wonderful program. It's basic, and it also gives so much. Why change it after 2 years? I can do it for 5 years, 10 years, and even 100 years, even several hundreds of years, and it would still keep giving me more and more, while demanding less, both in terms of equipment and time per day than other programs, and remaining more reliable than them, because it's like more like evenly spread out like that, and it's less advanced, and it doesn't cause overheating, and not to mention that I am already used to that program. It's proven that I can do it for over 3 months reliably, and for eternity, that this program is proven by me, and I am used to it. So if you have something that works for you really well, and you have a reason to believe that it's going to work for you even better, why change it? Why? There is no reason, no logical reason, and I'm a logical person, no logical reason to change something so reliable and good. Therefore, I don't know exactly how many years, whether it's really going to be several hundreds of years, I don't know, but it's definitely going to be years. I am going to stay and stick with the Free Guy program, which I have proven not only to others but also for myself that I can do very reliably. I am going to stick with it honestly for as long as I can, and it's definitely going to be years, but it's not merely years. I think that it has so much potential, and there was like really no need whatsoever to rush anywhere, and I could stick with it, yes, even for at least 100 years, and even several hundreds of years. And while talking about this, I was just thinking about it, about the cooling system things. As technology progresses, then the technology of cooling may also progress. And in 100 years or in 200 years, the air conditioners, uh, which are available to the general public, they may start to be able to generate some very low temperatures, like the 67, for example, asks for. So if I do something that generates more heat, or even worse, the risk of overheating, like 67, then I could wait like 100 years, 200 years, until the general technology catches up to the type of equipment I need. Maybe the type of equipment I need has not been invented yet, and they just need to wait 100 or 200 years to do some program that there is absolutely no reason whatsoever for me to do it. You see, I'm such a logical person. I truly believe that I'm a logical person, and that everything I say, it's a sound reasoning, and it's a thoughtful statement, that I'm a right person and righteous also.